Welcome back to the RVA Sports Awards, presented by Rosie's Gaming Emporium and Colonial Downs.
Co-hosting tonight's show got me thinking about my own sports background.
Really?
It did. Yeah, well, I was the very first director of women's basketball operations at VCU. Go Rams.
What about you, Lane?
Well, I don't want to brag, but I still hold several records for sleeping through classes and turning in late papers at my alma mater.
Nice. Where'd you go to school?
I went to Plattsburgh State University.
Oh, I love Pittsburgh.
No. Not Pittsburgh. Plattsburgh.
That sounds real made up. Okay, Taylor, what about you?
Well, my senior year in high school, I was the Player of the Year in Georgia. Then at Old Dominion, I won the Dudley Award. I was the CAA Offensive Player of the Year and the FCS Player of the Year. And now I'm in the NFL.
That's it?
So, an underachiever.
Very under.
Unbelievable.
Of course, we kid. NFL fans know Taylor from his success with Washington, but those of us who saw him play at Old Dominion knew what a special athlete he was.
Yeah, but I still have major league reservations about that university in Norfolk.
Why, Lane? What are you talking about?
Well, listen, my wife went to ODU. Not only did she agree to go out with me, she said yes when I proposed. Clearly, she learned nothing at Old Dominion.
Mrs. Casadante, I don't know you, but you are truly a saint.
Next, a very special award that is near and dear to my heart, and one I was honored to present last year. Presented by the VCU Center for Sport Leadership, the Power of Sport Award.
Please welcome from the CSL, Carrie LaCrom and Greg Burton.
Good evening. The Power of Sport Award was created to celebrate people using sport as a vehicle to drive social change in their community, to fight against inequality, and to empower marginalized voices through diversity and inclusion initiatives. 1 year ago, we were so proud to honor Richmond native Michael Robinson and his Excel to Excellence Foundation.
Moving forward, this award will honor sports professionals around the U.S. and around the world. Tonight, we're going to highlight an organization on the other side of the country that has quickly become a model for creating meaningful and lasting impact in their community.
Angel City FC has just one season of competition under their belts and was founded less than 3 years ago. But in that short time, they have strived to make more of an impact than organizations that have decades on their history. Founded with majority female ownership, Angel City is the first women's soccer team to call Los Angeles home in over a decade. Their commitment to their new home is based around their 3 impact pillars: essentials, equity, and education. 10% of all their sponsorship dollars go directly towards programs in their community, which range from donating soccer balls and other sporting equipment to delivering fresh produce to underserved neighborhoods. Their primary uniforms are made from all recycled materials, and in addition to player names, they include empowering phrases as well. Angel City's first season of competition fell short of the NWSL playoffs, but the progress they are making off the field has the rest of the league taking notice.
We are proud to present the 2023 Power of Sport Award to Angel City FC, represented tonight by Carrie Fleischauer, Team Vice President and Chief of Staff.
Okay, so Julie, our team president, would be remiss if I did not start with a 3 clap, which we do at every game. One of our owners, Julie Foudy, started doing this during the Olympics, and we have since started every game as such. These 2 lovely women are going to demonstrate for you, but it's going to do 1, 2, 3, and you're going to go 1, 2, 3, and then you have to give everything inside you and do a huh. So everyone's good at that? Waking you up a little bit?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. That was pretty good. Just wanted to say a quick thank you to VCU for their Center for Sport Leadership, Greg and Carrie in particular, for this honor and amazing visit they've put together for us. When I started Angel City 2.5 years ago, I could not have imagined that we'd have weekends like this to look forward to. But our 48 hours together have been equal parts inspiring and illuminating, mostly due to students. And I'm not just referring to the fact that we now know what real cornbread tastes like. So while I'm up here to thank you all for bestowing the Power of Sport Award to Angel City, I'd also like to take the time to thank you from all of us for continuing to teach the next generation of sport leaders across the globe that sport can, should, and will be the catalyst for change on a global scale. We at Angel City have an immense amount of pride in working with organizations like this who lead with this principle. So tonight feels like it's much more special feeling that we are here with our East Coast family, literally and figuratively. Hi, Michael and Janice. Our GM's parents are also here, so. With that said, although I'm accepting this award alongside Lindsay and Bianca, I'd be remiss to not thank our community, our unbelievable staff, our founders, our players on the field, our incredible owners, our partners, our supporters, and everyone in between. For those of you who are just being introduced to us, Angel City Football Club kicked off this past year in Los Angeles as the 11th team in the National Women's Soccer League. And since we are the only majority female ownership group in all of professional sports, everything about Angel City from day one has been done differently. And that's because as an organization, we've had the same straightforward goal since that first day, to set higher expectations both on and off the field, and for what is expected of a professional sports franchise. Because for us, Angel City isn't just a football club. It's a mission-driven organization with impact built into our business structure. Under the club's unique sponsorship model, 10% of each corporate partner's contribution goes to the community organization. Since its inception, the club has been forming deep roots in the LA community through its outreach impact work, which includes initiatives in education, essentials, such as food insecurity and equity surrounding things like sports equity, pay equity, LGBTQ and gender equality, and more. In the first year alone, while as noted in the video, we did not make the playoffs, we did reallocate over $1.5 million since our first year of play towards the LA community. So going to almost 500,000 meals to different organizations within LA, whether that's veterans or homeless people, all those things, and more than 1 million pounds of fresh produce to different LAUSD schools, families, and those in need. We've also had a huge impact on training female coaches, working with Gatorade, and over 5,000 players that maybe wouldn't have had access regardless. This brings me to the other major focus of our organization, which is to change the conversation about sports, and more specifically, women's sports, because we believe the market is already there. Unlike most professional sports teams that don't make money, Angel City is on track to be profitable within the next couple of years. This comes from our belief in the business and our value. Women's sports are not a charity. They're an investment with real upside and returns, and our club is proof of that. If you take the time to understand the community and the audience, the results are there. So I invite any of you, if you're ever in California, to come to a game. We've continued to prove this concept by averaging about 20,000 fans a game, having the largest and highest revenue in the league, having more sponsorship deals than many teams in the men's league, and having more season ticket holders than some of the other franchises in Los Angeles, including the MLS, NBA, and MLB. Kind of cool. Just trying to show that with proper investment of resources, hard work, intentionality, willingness to learn, the returns are unequivocally there. On top of all of that, women's sports continues to provide a remarkably inclusive community with soccer at the forefront of that global stage and the U.S. women's national team holding the torch of excellence in our own country for many decades, looking at their fight for pay equity. So in part with this tradition, Angel City is setting out to forge a new type of professional team ownership by bringing on investors that understand our goal of capitalizing on this unique moment as exponential growth in women's sports intersects with advancement in storytelling, digital innovation, and changing fan behavior. I would also be remiss to point out our three amazing founders. We have Kara Nortman, who is a venture capitalist, Julie Ehrman, who is our day-to-day president, who is our boss and one of the most amazing people I've ever met, and then the actress and activist Natalie Portman. So really showing that sports are for everyone, and that as we all continue to invest in this world, that rising tides can raise all boats, and we're incredibly proud to be part of this sea change. So with that in mind, I'd like to leave you tonight with one call to action. Women's sports fans are some of the most resilient in the world, but they shouldn't have to continue to be so. Do your part, support women's sports, buy tickets, come to games, have fun, and know your presence in these arenas, stadiums, tracks, courts, on the links, wherever, is all a form of advocacy. Just by showing up, you are becoming part of the solution. Also, Bianca has her business card with her email if you need to follow up with her at the after party for tickets. So thank you again, VCU, for having us, and keep an eye out for Angel City in the championship, LFG.
On behalf of the Center for Sport Leadership, we'd like to present a check for $5,000 to Angel City FC to continue the great work that they're doing. Thank you so much.
All right, are we ready for more awards?
Got all kinds of hardware back there.
Let's begin with the Moment of the Year award presented by Ribkey. There were a lot of unforgettable moments in sports last year, but this award celebrates that one moment that rose above them all.
Yeah, these are the nominees in chronological order for Moment of the Year.
The first of our Moments of the Year came in January, courtesy of one of our inaugural winners from last year's awards. Midlothian's Kira D'Amato started the Houston Marathon last January, knowing that something special was possible. 2 hours, 19 minutes, and 12 seconds later, she crossed the finish line as the owner of the new Women's American Marathon record. D'Amato beat the previous mark, set in 2006, by 24 seconds. And was greeted by her children at the finish line. She went on to finish 8th in the marathon at the World Championships in July. In June, the Richmond Flying Squirrels began the final day of the first half of their season, one game out of position for a playoff spot at the end of their year. They took care of their end of the deal by beating Portland that Sunday, then gathered outside their clubhouse at the Diamond to see if Harrisburg could beat Akron to clinch the spot. They had to wait through a rain delay that lasted over an hour before Harrisburg closed out the win. The ensuing celebration was worthy of the team's first postseason game berth in 8 years. In October, just after the world's best senior players had settled this year's Dominion Energy Charity Classic, some of the best HBCU teams and players tackled the same CCV James River course in the inaugural round of the River City Collegiate Classic. The second day of the event was played over the new layout of the old Belmont course, refurbished by the first team of Greater Richmond. Virginia Union's Alkin Barkley was the first ever medalist and winner of the event, as the Panthers also took the overall team title, which was their first of the fall season.
Announcing tonight's Moment of the Year award presented by Ribkey is Project Manager Brian McNeil.
Good evening. We at Ribkey are tremendously proud to sponsor the Moment of the Year award again this year. Knowing there are amazing and memorable sporting moments in RVA every day, we are even more ecstatic about recognizing one standout moment in 2022. Winner of the year, moment of the year is the Richmond Flying Squirrels for their first playoff appearance since 2023.
Y'all keep rocking. Play the music. I don't care. First of all, congratulations to the other nominees. I don't even like driving 26.2 miles, much less running it. So that's amazing stuff. If you wonder where I'm going to be later, Taylor and I are going to be drinking Busch lattes backstage, so don't even worry about that. Our staff's here tonight. Please stand up, everybody, from the Flying Squirrels. These are the people that make it happen. Our ownership group, Lou DiBella, they support us so much. San Francisco Giants, but this particular award is because of Dennis Pelfrey, Jacob Hayward, Will Wilson, Tyler Fitzgerald, Frankie Tostado, one of the most popular players in Flying Squirrels history. They made it happen so that we could make the playoffs for the first time since 2014. And as my wife, Tanya, will tell you, my clothes still smell like champagne and beer because we partied our rear ends off that day. And finally, Richmond, the sports community, we love you so, so much. This is a special night. Thank you to the Richmond Region Tourism and CBS 6 and all the sponsors. This is a special place full of special people doing special things. We love you, Richmond, Virginia. Have fun. Go nuts.
Oh, yeah, he ain't going to be tough to live with now, is he? No RVA show is complete without featuring some homegrown RVA talent. This artist has made a direct connection with every audience she has appeared in front of, and she is driven to inspire you here tonight. Her melodic mix of rapping landed her on MTV's You Hear It First and on the same stage as artists like Chris Brown and Pharrell. Please welcome RVA's own hip-hop artist, lyricist, cypher guru, Faith Boogie.
This one's for the athletes chasing their dreams. Vibe with me, y'all. I got a gift, been equipped with the tools of success. God gave me this, it's like the more that I keep it inside, it makes me sick. I'm not content, my soul will explode if I don't vent. I've been so stuck like I'm in prison, trying to pay my bills on a paycheck. The paycheck system slaving for a corp. Use me to profit and cut expenses, but my salary is only a itty bitty percentage. Yeah, who am I? Look inside. If I don't escape this worldly state, then you could say I'm blind. If I don't erase and recreate, then you could say I died. I might lose my mind if I clock in one more time. A 9 to 5 ain't for me, I was born to rhyme, expressing my identity in each and every line. I could change the world if I just learn how to fly. Forget waiting on my time, you gotta jump to reach the sky. If you want something else for your life, don't stress, don't settle, just level up and reach for the sky. Chase your dream, give it a try. Put your eyes on the prize, keep your head up and reach for the sky. Haters gon' feed you the lies, don't sweat it, just let it. Put your hands up and reach for the sky. Reach for the sky, don't sweat it, just let it. Put your hands up. Reach for the sky. Tomorrow isn't guaranteed, and who knows how tall you grow if you don't plant the seed. How could you even ask the question, will you ever blow? Cause if you never go and get it, you will never know. Sitting at this desk got you stressed. We ain't impressed with the present, take a glance back at the past. For sure we blessed, yeah. Focus on how much further we will be next year. And the hate they throw at us has no effect here. Got to know you'll make it. Keep on dreaming, never let them take it. If I give up, I will never shake it. Believe the unseen, cause that's what faith is.
Coming up, the Team of the Year and Coach of the Year awards.
The RVA Sports Awards are brought to you in part by these great sponsors.